Tonight, the CBS 12 News I-Team has part 2 in the series on the race for annexation in Palm Beach Gardens.
Yeah, every Thursday from now until March the 19th, election, we are going to be dissecting the controversial proposal to expand the city's boundaries to bring in another 8,000 residents in unincorporated Palm Beach County into Gardens jurisdiction and its tax base.
On Tuesday night, at a City Hall open house on annexation, officials tried to convince people in the 5 targeted zones that becoming part of Gardens will improve their lives, but many remain unconvinced. And our I-Team Chief Investigator Mike Magnoli is here now to tell us about an extreme step one neighborhood is taking to annihilate annexation.
Hey there, everybody. So I want you to have a look at this. This is a flyer that's hitting the mailboxes in the 5 annexation zones. This is from the Coalition Against Annexation. And this headline here says, "Neighborhood sues to block forced annexation." That's right. Some folks are lawyering up. They don't want this to make it to the ballot. As that's happening, though, the supervisor of elections is saying full steam ahead. So folks in the zones can do early voting. They can vote by mail, or they can go to the polls on March 19th. Here's what we have for you here. It's a map of the annexation zones. You can see these little pockets down here, but primarily this story deals with Zone 1. And for this community that you're about to see, they are hoping this strategy is the death blow to annexation. There are 70 homeowners in Hidden Key. It's a community that was built about 60 years ago. Here, folks are moments away from the beach and their county residents. But Palm Beach Gardens wants to bring them under city rule. If the annexation measure passes on March 19th, Hidden Key would be served by the Gardens Police Department and the Gardens Fire Department. That means the residents' taxes would go up, because tax dollars fund those first responders.
And you're also going to have a completely different local government intruding on your daily life, which nobody has asked for in this annexation area.
Attorney Nicholas Giesler is representing Hidden Key. He filed this lawsuit against the city in January, and he's waiting for his day in court. In 51 pages, Giesler roasts city officials, alleging they're violating Florida law. What are the grounds of the suit? What is the basis of the suit?
Any annexation zone prior to a referendum has to be compact, it has to be a single area, and every part of that area has to be contiguous with the jurisdiction that's attempting to annex it, which in this case is Palm Beach Gardens.
Giesler says, just look at the map. The 5 zones are scattered about. And Zone 1, that's where Hidden Key is located, has the most people, more than 7,000. Is a victory for you going to kill the entire idea of annexation for that whole area?
It does. So a victory for us would invalidate the entire annexation zone. So
not just Hidden Key.
Correct. Correct. So all of the dozens of communities that are part of annexation zone 1, the referendum would be invalidated. It would be scratched off the ballot, and there would be no vote on March 19th.
But zones 2, 3, 4, and 5 would still vote. Now, residents of Hidden Key and other annexation zones have other concerns. From a recent flyer published by the Coalition Against Annexation, Palm Beach Gardens has a history of losing lawsuits and being forced to pay for bad policy decisions. With annexation, you get to help pay their next legal bill. End quote. And to cite a recent example, last year, the city of Palm Beach Gardens paid a $2 million settlement to the family of Corey Jones, who was killed by a city police officer back in October of 2015. When Police Chief Clint Shannon sat down with the I-Team for an interview, he talked about how zone residents would see frequent police patrols, and that could be a crime preventative measure.
We're going to be in their neighborhoods every day. They're going to see a police car. They're going to notice a difference with the presence.
Chief Shannon says the city would add 18 officers to the force, and he talked about how quickly cops can get to a scene. Better response times, he says, than the county sheriff's office in those zones.
Because of those small geographic zones, they would notice definitely notice a difference in response times. when the police are called or needed.
Fire Chief Keith Breyer sat down for an interview with a similar message.
Our average response time in 2022 was 5 minutes and 55 seconds. That is an excellent response time. We constantly look at response times. In fact, we constantly look at shaving seconds off a response time because seconds count.
But to be clear, residents in the annexation zones are already serviced by Gardens Fire because of a long-standing partnership with the county that whoever is closest answers the call. Back in Attorney Giesler's office, he says the public safety arguments for annexation are weak, especially for his clients in Hidden Key.
They're a relatively easy community. I believe there was one police call last year and maybe one in the last couple years. They're happy with their fire services. They're happy with their emergency services. They don't need Palm Beach Gardens. Palm Beach Gardens wants them.
2 nights ago, when I was at that open house on annexation at City Hall, the fire chief and the police chief gave presentations. But I got to tell you, a lot of folks there are still on the fence about this.
Mike, the vote's coming up fast. Does this attorney have a court date?
It is coming up fast. He has filed a motion to expedite. No court date yet.
All right, keep us posted.
Sure.